Hi, Juan.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you. How was work today?
It was quiet.
Quiet. Very
We
good.
have work, but quiet.
But no meeting, right?
No, yeah, with meetings
Oh, you had meetings.
since
Okay.
we started morning.
Oh, okay. Usually when you use the term it was quiet, that means like you were doing work but by yourself, not like
Okay,
having to talk to anyone, or maybe you're just kind of working when you use
what
that term.
what phrase I need to use in this case?
Say that again.
What phrase I need to use? Do I need to use with this in this case?
Um, mm,
Es como tuve trabajo, pero tranquilo.
it was calm. It was a calm day, morning. It was a calm. Yeah, you could say it was a calm morning. Um,
Okay,
because quiet means like silent, right? When things are like
okay.
not loud, you're not doing things. So when we say we have a quiet morning, that means there's not a lot of like social interactions type of thing.
How do you say silencio incómodo?
Say that again.
Uncomfortable, silencio incómodo.
Uncomfortable silence.
Okay, uncomfortable silence.
Uh-huh. Uncomfortable silence. Be that that phrase we would say instead of uncomfortable, you would say awkward silence.
Awkward.
Silence. Meaning that there
Awkward.
was a pause or something after someone said in something, and it was made people feel like you said uncomfortable, or it was a little the statement was kind of weird. That would
Mhm.
be was there a awkward silence during your meeting or something, or
Sometimes, or when I'm talking with someone,
mhm,
when we don't know each other enough, is it make sense?
mhm,
But it's not usual with me.
mhm.
Uh, I have always a topic to talk.
Ah, okay. So you were saying you were talking to someone that you don't know well, and um sometimes there can be awkward pauses or awkward silence during the conversation.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah, that happens
That,
usually with
that's why
like
maybe because you are not interested in the topic or in the person or in
uh-huh.
the place. I don't know. It depends.
Or you're
Uh,
nervous. Some people when they're nervous, I tend to get more quiet when I'm
yeah.
nervous too. Mhm. So if they don't know, or maybe they didn't know as much information about the topic as you did, so they didn't want to say anything because they felt intimidated, maybe, or lesser, right?
How often does it happen to you? To you?
The awkward silence
Yeah.
or
No awkward silence.
awkward silence. I usually don't allow it to happen too long because I get too anxious and I fill the space in with something. Um, I don't know though. I don't think it happens too often. Um, I think with teaching English, it's helped me kind of. It's okay to have a pause. People
Okay.
need to think. I feel like nowadays everyone's always in a rush, and we want to like get things done, and so pausing now I feel like yeah, to people is awkward, but in reality maybe someone's just thinking or processing, and so I look at it a little different now when there's long pauses. Sometimes I'm like it's okay to have a pause when you need to think. Mhm.
Have you had a student with very basic English.
Of course. Mhm. Mhm.
Mm, ¿Cómo son? How are they? Or
How are they?
how are they? Uh-huh.
Um, they're just beginner learners, so they don't know as much vocabulary. So you have different techniques to use with them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a different class.
Do they, do they want to speak in Spanish a lot?
Oh well, I haven't had basic in Cambly. There's not as many Spanish speakers. So
I
most
know.
of my students are from Saudi Arabia, Korea, Japan,
Okay.
China. So, in that case, there's in Cambly, there's the translator, right? You can use that. Obviously, you use total physical response. So there's a lot of acting and maybe showing pictures, right? So that they can understand what's being said. It just depends on the student, how old they are and things like that. It's it depends person to person.
Okay. Your
Yeah.
background, is it a fall?
Is it a what? Mhm.
Behind you, is it a fall?
Yeah. A
Fall,
fall?
fall, fall. Wall, wall, sorry.
Wall. It's a wall. Uh-huh.
Fall es como caer, ¿no?
Yeah.
Fall.
Uh-huh. Or a season, the season fall.
Okay. It's the
Yeah, it's
corner of your room.
yeah.
It's the
Uh-huh.
corner. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Uh-huh. Very good. Okay, Juan, today do you want to start the job interviews or did you get a chance to look at the Cambly library to see if you wanted to change the topic? Uh-huh.
Job interviews is always hard for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to try this or you want to do something different?
Something different. Maybe the next classes I will read about job interviews,
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
tomorrow we could try.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be with these lessons, they come with vocabulary, phrases, and so you won't be
Okay,
left
let's
in the
let's try it. Let's try
I
it.
think you should try it. I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's look at this. So, describe your last job interview. Try to mention what position and company was the interview for. What was the most challenging part of the job interview and how did it go?
Okay. What position and company was the interview for? I prefer don't say the name of the company
Mhm.
or the company name,
That's
but the
okay.
position it was automation testing or
Okay. Uh-huh.
automation testing. What was the most challenging part of the job interview? I think the my English level and the knowledge in automation because they need like experience
Mhm.
working in that, and maybe I have the knowledge but don't have enough experience working for a company.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And
Uh-huh.
how did it go? More or less because I I didn't get
Mhm.
or I didn't
I,
get
I
right.
didn't get. I didn't
I
get.
didn't get.
So you could say it went okay. So when you use more or less, you want to use an adjective before it. So for
Okay,
example, it went okay, or it went well, or it was okay, more or less, right? It's
okay,
kind of like an added, like it was okay, more or less, not too good, not too bad. um,
okay,
mm-hmm. It went okay, more or less. But that's kind of like a little side expression, more or less, dot, dot, dot. Very good. Excellent. And it was in English, it wasn't in Spanish.
no, it was in English.
Oh, wow, very good. Excellent.
Okay,
That's challenging. Mhm.
I have like steps.
Mhm.
So three interviews in different day,
Mhm.
like filters,
Like what?
like
Mhm.
filters, filtros,
Filters? Uh-huh.
filters. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So I have the first interview,
Mhm.
the second interview, and the last one. It was in English.
Oh, okay. So the first 2 were in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
Oh, very good. And so it kind of, prepared you for that final interview
Yeah,
almost?
yeah. I remember the first one. It was in English, but just a little bit.
Okay.
In the second interview as well, but in the last interview or in the last one, it was just in English since the
Mhm.
started to the end, or how you
Mhm.
say, until the end.
Until the end. From start to finish or start till the
From
end?
start.
Mhm.
When I need to use since or from.
Um, it depends the context. So, since last year, I started working out, or since is
When you are
usually from the beginning.
when you are comparing, for example, a lapse of time or part of time, como hace rato te dije, desde el principio hasta el fin.
It
From,
it depends. So for since, it's usually like a year, right? Like a date. Since, yeah, let me see, let me research that because I don't have it off
okay,
the top of my head right now, and then I'll let you know once I get some information on that. But since is usually like a date or a time, right?
okay,
It's a more specific. From can be used at that, like that as well. But from is also a preposition you can use in different contexts, right? So,
places,
mhm.
moments,
Mhm.
times. It's
So sense is used, it says sense is used to present the starting point of an action that continues in the present and takes the usage of the present perfect or present perfect continuous tense.
okay,
From is used in the present from the starting point of action. So it's more specific with sense. It has
okay,
more of a specific time and things like that. So you usually use since with a year or a date. So that's when you use since. But I'll send you another link after this with some more descriptions on since versus from.
okay.
All right, let's look at our vocabulary. So we have interview. Okay, is this too small, Juan, or can you read that?
It's a little small, but maybe I can read.
Okay.
Interview, a meeting in which someone asks your question to see if you are suitable,
Suitable.
suitable for a job or course. It's course, right?
Course.
Look at this.
hmm
Can you see?
Yep.
Do you know what is the name for this character?
I'm not sure. I thought it was Batman at first, but I don't know if it's Batman.
It's Batman. It's
Oh,
Batman.
it is? Oh, okay. I couldn't see it all the way. It did look
I
like.
bought this weekend, the last weekend, the last.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very nice. Do you like Batman?
yeah. I like Batman. I like DC universe. Joker.
Mhm.
Sorry, yeah. I I wanted to show you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. I know some superheroes, but not all of them.
Okay. Do you
Uh-huh.
like this beer? No, beer.
Bear. Uh-huh.
Beer. Okay.
Is it a
No,
character?
no. Ese es un We Bear Bears is the name
Oh, I've
for the
never heard of
cartoon.
this. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
I've
should
never seen those. Uh-huh.
to watch one episode maybe from this We Bear Bears. I
We
like.
Bear Bears. I've never heard of that. Interesting. That must be a new, I don't know. Is that a newer type of show? I've never heard of that.
No, it's from. Warner,
Warner
maybe.
Brothers?
Warner Brothers,
Oh,
maybe, yeah.
wow. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'll have to investigate it. I've never seen it.
I have a lot of things from that cartoon. Look at this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've never seen that cartoon. That's
Like a
interesting.
child.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah.
Are you collecting those for your kid?
No, it's for me. It's
Just for
for
you?
me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have pillows and
You like to collect
uh,
it?
yeah.
Wow,
Uh,
interesting.
what is the word for peluches? I don't remember the word.
Stuffed animals,
Aha.
right? Stuffed animals like this?
Or teddy. Yeah.
Yeah, stuffed
Can you,
animals. Uh-huh.
can you see teddy?
Teddy bear, but that has to be a bear. So a stuffed animal that's a bear, you could say teddy bear. Stuffed animals is more general. Like this is a panda bear,
Oh,
right? And a turtle. So we would say stuffed animals. I don't have a teddy bear, but if it were like something like this, but stuffed, like a bear, like a little kid likes, that's a teddy bear.
okay. Ese es el osito de que toma miel, que come miel.
Pooh. Winnie the Pooh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're good. That's awesome. Okay, let's look at this next one. We have skills.
Okay, skills and ability to do an activity or job well, especially because you have practiced it.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Good. All right. Our next one, we have
Then
weakness. Mhm.
weakness. I have problems always with that question. Could you help me, please?
With what question? Mhm.
Could you help me with the meaning?
Of what question? Uh-huh.
No, I mean, can you read that part, the meaning, weakness, weakness?
Of weakness? Of the definition, you mean? The definition? A particular part or quality of someone or something that is not good or effective. Mhm.
Do you have a lot of weakness?
I feel like everyone has a good amount, right? We're all built different. It depends on what we're talking about, right? So with running, yeah, I'm not that great of a runner, so I could have weakness with that. Or yeah, it just depends on what you're talking about.
Okay. Have you been asked this question in an interview?
What? What question?
Weakness. Tell me, for example, a trait weakness from you.
A weakness you have.
Weakness you have.
Uh-huh. What weaknesses do you have? Type of question.
What
I've
weakness?
never been I've
Uh-huh.
never been asked that in a job interview.
If you should to ask this question,
Say that again?
if you should uh,
If you were to be asked
to
this
get to
question,
be, yeah.
if you
No, yo quise
were
decir
to be
if you should
asked,
to answer this question.
if you needed to answer this question.
You need to answer this question. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to prepare my
Okay.
my answer.
That's why
Um,
I said this question is a little hard
so
because
uh-huh.
you never can find your weakness.
So
Your
I've practiced for a type of question like this before, and I usually say I'm very passionate. Passion is my weakness because I get consumed in my work, and I need to set boundaries and have a clear limit on what I should focus on and put my passions towards. So that's usually that's the one that I think I would answer with. You want to
okay.
say something that's strong, but that you can sell as a weakness. So, like, a lot of people like to say being passionate, um, maybe a hard worker, like overworking, right? So you could do things that companies would like for you to hear, right? And you can kind of twist it to say that's your like weakness.
Okay.
So that's why I think I would do something strong or something that seems good, but can also be a difficult thing for me to deal with. That's how I
Okay.
kind of look at that. What about you? What do you usually say?
Mm, maybe
Mhm.
I am a little, what is the word? Confiado?
Confident?
Confident. I have confidence with the people, and that's not always a good thing.
Hmm. You mean confidence like in
For
what way
example,
do you mean confident?
yeah,
With
you are confident. Is you are or you have?
you are confident.
You are confident with your colleagues on in, yeah, with your colleagues.
Uh-huh.
Bueno, pero eso es como tener confianza con tus compañeros, ¿no?
Yeah, in English it doesn't translate as well. Um you mean you're strong with like social skills. You have good social skills and like compromising and
Like
things like
I
that?
trust people a lot.
Ah, trust. So
I
trust and
trust,
confidence are a little different. Uh-huh. So
and
you
that
uh-huh.
go ahead, sorry.
No, no, you can go. Uh-huh.
And that is not always a good thing because
Mhm.
you 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 do your work,
Mhm.
you make your work, or you do your work,
You do your work. Uh-huh.
you do your work, and sometimes you depends from other people from some things, like
Mhm.
in the past days.
Mhm. In the
So
past.
in
Mhm.
the past,
Yeah, so instead of saying confidence with my colleagues, you can say I trust people a lot. I have a lot of trust in people, especially
hmm
the ones that I work with. Yeah, that could be a good one that you could say like but you need to know how to set boundaries and be able to work with them and things like that. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a great
hmm
one. Mhm. Very good. Okay, let's look at strength.
strength, a good quality or ability that makes someone or something effective.
Mhm. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Good. Okay, experience.
experience, the knowledge that you get from doing a job or
Very good.
from doing, seeing,
Mhm.
or feeling something. Oh, my eyes.
Oh, is it too small? I can read
Mhm.
them if that's easier for you. Okay, we have candidate, a person who is competing to get a job or elected position, to follow up, to add to something that you have just done by doing something else. And then I think my little button's covering it, but this says previous, right? Does that say
Previous.
previous? Okay, my little symbol is covering up the word, but I'm just guessing. So, previous, existing or happening before something or someone. Previous.
Okay.
Do all of these make sense? One?
Existing or happening before something or someone.
Mhm.
Previous. Es como the previous candidate or the previous role.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just the one before the next, the previous. Uh-huh. Before. Mhm.
Okay. To follow up, faltó esa, ¿no? To add to something that you have just done by
Mhm.
doing something else. Ah, sí, sí dijiste eso. You said that. Okay.
I said what? Mhm.
You said the previous of the last one. O sea,
Um,
you said
I'm
to
sorry,
follow
I'm
up.
confused. What?
Okay. Dijiste el penúltimo. How do you say el penúltimo? The previous. I said the previous of the last one. To follow
Uh,
up, phrase or phrase. En
okay.
Spanish, yo dije, no recordaba que dijiste to follow up, que es el anterior a previous,
Um,
¿no?
oh, so I don't know what you're saying. I'm so sorry, but to follow up is just a phrase to check in on someone. Like, can we follow up after the meeting to go over a project or
Yeah,
um
I mean, I didn't remember when you said to follow up.
okay, uh-huh.
Sí, no recordaba o no me acordé que ya habías dicho to follow up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I read it though. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Do you want me to read it again?
no, es que
Okay. All right. Is there any questions about these vocabulary words?
no.
Okay, okay. Let's go to our next one. Let's see. We have our idioms. So let's look at our first one. Mhm.
Okay, to wear many hats
Mhm.
is wear or wear.
Where?
Wear.
Mhm. You
Wear.
got
To
it.
wear many hats.
Mhm.
Okay, to have many jobs or roles.
Mhm.
Example, I wear many hats. I am a manager, musician, and a writer.
Mhm. So this is a just a phrase when someone can do many different things. They're very talented. They wear many hats. So someone who can maybe who's a singer but teaches during the day, or maybe like someone who coaches and then at night is a writer, right? Someone who has many different talents.
Like Batman.
Like Batman, exactly. He wears many hats. Very good. Okay, let's look at the next one.
The career ladder.
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 Uh-huh.
Okay, a series of jobs from the lower paid with less responsibility to the highest paid with the most responsibility within a company or particular profession.
Mhm.
Okay, example. If you work hard, you can quickly move up the career ladder. Hmm.
So you'll hear this as well, the corporate ladder. So you could hear career or corporate. Um, and this is just a visual, like someone physically climbing the ladder to get from a low paying position, maybe like a dishwasher, to the head chef position, right? They have to work up or climb up to the top position.
Could you repeat the other word? You said you can use this word instead of the career
Corporate, corporate, corporate ladder. Hmm.
corporate ladder.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's like a corporation, a big business, right? Like where there's CEOs, like Amazon, Walmart, all of these huge businesses, those are corporate businesses.
Mhm.
So you
Okay.
could use them interchangeably, career or corporate. They mean the same thing, just getting a higher paying position, but you have to work for it.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, let's look at the last one.
To get your foot, no,
Hmm.
foot,
Foot.
to get your foot in the door.
Hmm.
Okay. To achieve an initial stage to
Succeed.
succeed
Hmm.
with a first step. Okay, succeed.
Hmm.
Example, if you need to get my foot in the door with an interview. Okay.
Hmm. Foot in a door is just making someone notice you, right? It's a visual kind of idiom, right? It's like literally
Okay.
putting your foot in the door so you can peek in and,
It's like the
let them
first
know.
step. First step. Lo primero que tienes que hacer para lograr algo.
Yeah, so you want to get your foot in the door, either getting in a job application or maybe, having a talk with one of the bosses, right? Before your interview. Um, yeah, it's just an expression to do the initial part of either job opportunity or something like that. Up one, we're about to run out of time, but I will see you tomorrow. We'll pick up on this slide, okay?
Okay, thank you.